Hi, I'm Notyetdead and welcome back to Altenstein on Farming Simulator 17. So, I do love that Massey 135. This is Altenstein. Been playing a lot of 1919 recently, really enjoying it, but harking back to some of the maps that I used to play on 17 that, well, I'm kind of hoping they'll come to 19, but they probably won't, not all of them anyway, so, and I just felt like playing them again. So I thought I'd better do a bit of a return to video. So yeah, here we are on Altenstein. I've been up, so I just recap a little bit on where we were. I've had a little neb around because I couldn't remember. So I've just grabbed the Massey from field 18. It had just finished ploughing. It should all be ploughed out, looked like it. Yep. And we've got the Hats down on field 4. So I'll go see him in a minute. He's ploughing out as well, which he's missed a couple of bits. So I thought actually, because he's struggling, I'm not sure why, if it's a power thing with the plough or what, but so I thought I'd bring the Massey down, we'll get him on that, and then we'll have a little look round. We'll jump around, remind ourselves of all the vehicles that we've got and all that sort of stuff. And then, yeah, see what needs doing. Just thought we'd come and spend a little time. I did love playing this map. And it's just quite unlike anything else I'm currently playing, so I thought it'd be kind of fun. Yeah, so I've got him going across to create a bit of a headland. So I'll get this ploughed out, because of course a few new classic mods have come out. So if you're not familiar with my gameplay on Altenstein, I would, because of the nature of the map, it's quite small, sort of old styles, lots of old vehicles roaming around. I was trying to do it with older machinery, old tractors, old ploughs, and we just had lots of, German old machinery come out, the Fortschritt harvester, lots of ploughs and things like that. And of course we got the Massey Ferguson pack, and this particular Massey 135 which I absolutely love. And then just after I started it, we actually got the Farming Classics pack came out as well, which was perfect. So I actually went around and replaced most of my equipment and put it back to the Farming Classics. And used that. So, but since then a couple of extra things have come out I didn't have at the time. So the planter. So if we get time, it'd be nice, it'd be fun to buy that and use it. And also the Bale trailer, which I'm not sure we're going to get a chance to use today, which would be a shame. But I might buy it anyway, just so I've got it. Maybe we'll do another one another time. Oh yeah, he really has got stuck, hasn't he? So let's set a worker. No. Too close to the edge. I was going to say kill him off, that's not quite what I meant, but you know what I mean. We'll stop the worker. Kill him off. We might as well leave both of these running on this, they'll get it done a lot faster. I mean, all of these ploughs of course are quite small. But yeah, this one's really struggling. I wonder if I should swap. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter that much. So we'll get him running up and down this edge. I beg your pardon. In the Hats. And we'll have the Massey running up down this edge, and they'll get that done in no time. Oh no, put it back down. Don't want to miss a bit. Yeah, it did actually look from the map as if they might have missed a spot. We'll look at that at the end and see. Just mind that header, because actually luckily we've got a field to harvest as well. So so I stopped. I didn't really come to a sort of another shoe. There you go. I didn't really come to a sort of natural conclusion on this map. I was trying to boost the channel a little bit at the time, so I moved on to Welker and South Mountain Creamery, newer maps, the more popular. Altenstein had been out for a really long time when I started playing on it, when I had this idea of doing this older equipment type stuff. So yeah, so I moved off it, but it's great to come back. There's the Buka self-propelled loading wagon. That's just brilliant. What else have we got? I'm not necessarily going to walk around looking at all this stuff. A couple of trailers in here, the old-fashioned tipper trailer, and the trailer that came with the Farming Classics pack. The Amazon sprayer, fertilizer spreader rather, should I say, it's not a sprayer. The water barrel there. Which one's this? This is the Deutz, right? The Deutz 80. Never did get around to buying a jet wash, because of course there isn't an old jet wash. Now remind me, this is the Gerger Gouldner, that's it. The Gouldner with the front loader bucket. That's quite cool. There's old Gunter. Still sat on his bench with his cat, staring into the distance. We got the baler over here. Got something in that shed? No. Got a few bits of equipment in here. So what we got in here then? Oh yeah, the tedder and the windrower. Okay. Some straw that I dumped in there that now I can't get out. Got the pigs here. Because if you did watch, you recall the last thing the last thing we did in the last episode was anything over here? No. Was get the sheep in. Cows. Some static. Hello cows. And all my bales. Oh, and another bale trailer. Oh, okay. So I had 2 old-fashioned tippers. One with, okay. Wow, I didn't realise I've got 3 trailers. It seems a little excessive. Yeah, all these mini bales that are produced by the baler. Brilliant. But there's now a trailer to sort those out. Unfortunately, you can't pick them up with it, so it's too late. I'll leave that open. It's a nice sunny morning. Oh, lots of manure coming. Should get a manure spreader. I think I'm pretty sure there is one. Some eggs. A little bit of lag there. There are some in here. I think it said 11. Helper H is blocked by an object. Oh, grief. Again. Right. I'm just going to do this, and then we'll jump round, and I'll just jump through all the other machinery and see where everything else is. It's probably not all of them, but probably a lot of them. And actually, if we're going to pop down to the store later, we could sell those. So we'll just walk along this fence here. Oh right, I thought I'd left you enough room. Really? You do forget the AI in 19 is much, but I mean, look at that gap. Seriously, you can't turn around in that space. Okay. We'll risk it. We'll start it off again and see what happens. I don't particularly want to spend ages on screen ploughing. They do go a long way forwards actually. Yeah, maybe we should take another area. But between them they're getting through it quite quickly, so that's good. Awesome. What else we got? So there's the Buka, Deutz, Gouldner, the Fortschritt Harvester. We'll see that in a minute. Oh, missed a bit. Oh. The hats for the Buka D4000 with this rather amazing mower, which I think we also used in the last episode. I do like this tractor. It's brilliant. Though to me, I don't know, they're also a bit too small. The driver feels a little bit too big. Somewhere in this field should be our sheep. Yes, indeed, there they are. Water trough, feed trough, is that along here? So we might need to do a bit of cleaning out later. They're all strangely static, the sheep. That's not right, pretty sure. How odd. Oh well. You know, I've no idea where the wool spawn point is. Have we made any wool yet? I literally put them in, it was the last thing I did. No, 0 productivity and no wool. Okay, that would be why then. Fair enough. 2,975 litres in the wool, in the milk tank. That's not bad. It's a small farm, so we've only got small numbers of animals. Right, Helper's blocked, so let's run this back down to the farm. I mean, you can see this map, it's just beautiful. If there was one map I would hope might be converted, I'd love it if it is this one. But then all Redkeinstus maps are pretty good. Just this one really grabbed my imagination, if you like, just because of its style. But you know, oh, I forget, green something. Greenwood, was it? The sort of US one that he did. Always looked really good. No, it's not Greenwood. I can't remember. But yes, all of his maps are really good. Baltic Sea was a nice map. I nearly played on that map. I did a first look. Just never got around to it really. Yeah, really good maps. But yeah, it'd be lovely if this was in 19. Just imagine how picturesque it would look. Because, you know, I mean, this looks really good. Don't get me wrong. But when you really look at the details and stuff, you can see where the graphic improvements have been in 19. I know it's had its issues, but on the whole, Right, so if I keep jumping through machinery, I think I've covered everything out anyway, actually, but there's a drop that off, not planning on using it this episode. Oh, and the Bora, of course. Try spin round. That's a great tractor. In fact, you know what, let's take this tractor. Can't see if I do that. Oh yes, fuel. I noticed some of the tractor things. The Massey needed fuel. Before I go any further though, yeah. So that was the last vehicle. So let's have a look, see what's going on here. Who's got stuck this time? It's the Massey again. And the hat is merrily working away actually. It was behaving slightly strangely earlier. He fired. Seriously. Yeah, I can't believe how much space these need to turn. So let's take another couple of rows off here. Just to edge this off and look how much space there is now there to turn. So yeah, definitely AI improvements in 19. No, wrong button. Sorry, getting in the way. While she turns, because that's going to take her an age. Might just be enough. I mean, I know this plough's a little bit longer than that, but seriously. Okay, here we go. Good. Hopefully that'll be enough. And they're not far off now. Nearly finished. Yeah, there'll be a few patches for me to redo, but then that's not a big deal anyway, because I must have a cultivator, right? No, wrong button. We got water trailer, big curb, golden, blah blah blah, da da da. All the mowing equipment. There's the seeder. Oh yes. There's the cultivator, the Bayerische Flugfabrik Landsberg am Lech. I seem to remember that takes quite a lot of power. Oh no, 25 horsepower. No, it doesn't. Is that the only one I've got? Yeah, it looks like it. Oh no, I've got the Ransomes as well. Oh, I know where that is. Yeah, I remember where I parked that. At least I think I do. So I could actually get two cultivators on this. Right. Spin through. Sorry, I know I don't normally do this, but I'm going for a little speed here. So let's pop down the store. And we'll buy that planter. And then maybe we'll plant to that field, given it's new. Then I've got another one that's called, I suppose field 8 is also ready. Already. Just needs to be cultivated. I don't know if I've got one of my fields that's cultivated and ready to plant. I don't think so. Looking for blue cultivated. Oh, maybe we do. No, we don't. To be honest, I could just buy a field. I mean, you know, they're not expensive. Yeah, so we've got quite a lot of money on this map because, of course, as you do with most Redkeinstus maps, you start with a lot of equipment. Ooh, eggs. Let's go sell eggs. And, but of course, I didn't need any of it. So I sold absolutely everything that was on the map. If you haven't watched my Altenstein series, I mean, obviously, do go watch them, obviously. I'm going to say that on ice, but I actually quite like watching them. I just really like this map, it's brilliant. It's quite fun. But yes, if you're so inclined, please do, feel free. Right, let's have a look then. Oh, it's getting back used to all of the old menu systems, so must be... Oh, sewing machines. And of course they're all under one. Right to the end for the modded ones. There we go. The Lizard 2R100 DG. Thank you, Dogface. Bye. I think we can stretch to the 2,750. And while we're here, and I've got to say, would it come under baling technology? Presumably so, right? Yeah, there it is, the classic Bale wagon. Sadly, I'm not going to have any baling to do today, which is a shame. Maybe I'll do some stuff off screen and we'll tuck it in at the end of the video or something, because I would love to use that. And I don't know if I'm not necessarily, I don't know if I'm going to do this regularly, but probably not. But I just thought it'd be quite fun to do it. Bit of nostalgia. Well, people really like it. You know, I'm quite happy to play. It's a brilliant map. And it's funny, you know, you sort of get, oh, this is a new version, but I think there are a lot of people still enjoying playing 17. Not really that keen on 19. So sunflowers, corn. Oh, soybean. Sunflowers, soybean, corn, sugar beet. I've got a lot of corn already planted, so I don't really want any more corn. I've got sunflowers in 16, sunflowers in 13, sunflowers in 8. I've got a lot of sunflowers planted as well. Because I was trying to use old equipment, what I did was wherever I didn't have old equipment to use, I leased equipment and did the work off screen. So I leased a planter and did lots of sunflowers and corn all in one go. So you see I've got corn in this bit, corn in this bit. These are state-owned fields, local council-owned fields that they've allowed me to use if I keep them in good nick. I can't remember which episode that was, but that was what I did. That was my excuse. There were just a few areas that were just open field that weren't owned, and corn in 22. May as well do some soybean then. So let's go by field 1 and we'll put soybean in it. I'm about to do some harvesting of soybean anyway, and I won't have any more after that, so let's do that. Or practicing that bit on existing cultivating. Yeah, let's do that. We'll go by field 1. It's in a good location. But yeah, I just love this map. But you can see what I mean about the cars, right? So these are all really sort of old, I don't know what, 60s, 70s cars, 1960s, 1970s cars. Yeah, so there's one of those odd patches of land. It had potatoes in it, it was in a right state. Weeds and all sorts. And, but Gunther, bless him, lots of good contacts, so he spoke to the local council and they said, yeah, you look after the field and you can have it. Keep it in good nick. Just a bit of rough ground otherwise, unused, uncared for. So there's a seed fill point up here. Right, both helpers are blocked, so that will mean they're blocking each other. It's a standoff. We'll let the hats finish that. While we're here, slight distraction. May as well get this done. Odd little bit here. Let the hats finish off that little strip. And actually what we could do as well is then get cultivator and get a worker cultivating some of these fields. And we may as well start with field 8 to be honest. So I think I'm going to leave it a bit higgledy-piggledy so I'm not spending loads of time on screen pretending where to hide, finding places to put stuff. So I'm just going to put that there for now. Nice thing about old tractors, they're really small. Yeah, so I don't know where the other cultivator is then. That's interesting, isn't it? But there should be one in here. Actually, that was where the plough lives too, so I could have put it straight in, but never mind. So we'll get this on field 8, and I'll say field 8 because I shouldn't. Yep, that's fine. I shouldn't need to create a headland for it. It's got quite a bit of space around it. It's also a good white cultivator. It's not the one that came in the old Farming Classics pack. I don't know where the other one is then, to be honest, but... And then we'll carry on our way. So a mill pond there. Right, here we go. We need to work to it. Fingers crossed they'll manage to do most of it at least. There we go. Engines are running? Yes, good. Yeah, so the seeder, so the seeder is already there. Can I get in? So I left it there because it was the only one I actually had. Can I get into the trigger? Yes. Perfect. Put the tops on. Right, field 1. I know how I get to field 1. I was just thinking, because I think I do. Pretty sure. Ooh. Or do I? I'm going to cut across the grass here, which actually could also do with a spray, so we could get some fertilising done if we get time. I'll get a worker on this seeding. We'll do a little bit. Just I haven't tried this planting before, so seeding, planting, you know what I mean. Where's the blue disc? Ah, there. So I wasn't quite in the right place. And we'll buy this field. It's right between field 2 and our pasture and our 24,000. Whew, not cheap. I think we can live with it. Oh, that's weird. Yes, it's between us and the sheep, so it's in a good place. It's sort of still within our sort of, and actually it also means we get all of this grass next to it as well. Oh yeah, helps switch it on. Go. Right. Stop it. All fingers and thumbs. There we go. Oh, it's got a nice width. I was expecting to be really narrow sowing width. Actually, it's quite generous. The extra it gives you on the edges. Hey, and it goes at some lick too. Hey, this won't take long. Might need to refill part way. That's okay. The other nice thing about it is that nothing's very far away, even with slightly slower tractors. Cool. Yep. So we'll get to work on this, and then what we'll do is we'll go harvest field 2. So lots going on. It's quite fun actually. I'm enjoying this. Yeah, if you're enjoying this, give me, let me know, because if it proves popular, I might do this occasionally. Of course, I'm trying to run already 4 farms on 19. But just, I mean, let's face it, Marwell's just amazing. Estancia, I never really played that much. Well, actually, I didn't play at all really on 17. I tried it and thought, crikey, this is far too big. It'll take me far too long to get anywhere with it, with all the machinery you start with and 0 money. So I cheated that. I put myself loads of money on it and set myself a massive farm, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Plus I'm using, my intention is to do all of the, I only ever did sugarcane on Spectacle Island, so I'm intending to use all of the Platinum Edition equipment in its sort of native environment, if you like. Right, we work to it. Brilliant. Long walk back. So yeah, so it was my intention to do that with that map, and yeah, so far I'm enjoying it. Though I'd say I didn't enjoy that potato harvest I've just finished. But yes, I'm enjoying those 2 thoroughly. Ravenport and Felsburn, I like the maps. I don't feel I'll play them forever, but I've got ideas with things that I really wanted to do. One since I started playing them, and the other one actually just recently. So I'm going to do a few more on those, but I will probably drop those sooner. I think I'll sort of go for about 10 episodes or so, depending really on what else comes out. Or maybe I'll end up doing, perhaps I'll ditch those and I'll end up doing some more on some of these 17 maps. We'll see, I don't know. But yeah, if you think you like this, tell me, because I'm enjoying playing this. This is great fun. It's very different, of course, to all of the 17 maps I've got, but mostly got quite big fields or whatever else, and this is just fun stuff. Plus it's nice to have all the mods, which of course we don't have yet on 19. There's very little old, classic machinery type stuff, and it does make it quite fun. So yeah, there's the Fortschritt E516. This is an amazing mod. It would be fantastic if this came to 19, because on the right map. I also love on these maps the road, the paths, all the tracks are really rough, so they really give the suspension a bit of work out, and you can really see it on this harvester actually at the back there. Right, so you can see crop destruct is on. Of course, the one thing of old equipment, I've no option to put crop row tyres on, so when I fertilised the field we lost some crop. I must have got a worker to do the rest, so we'll do this very, very carefully. But yeah, so thinking about trying to use that Bale trailer, which would be quite fun. I don't currently have any fields that have wheat or barley, do I? Have I got any wheat or barley fields? I mean, I could just go buy another field. No, I don't. So maybe that's what we put in fields 4 and 18, then we put in some wheat or barley. Which one's got the best price? Not a lot in it really. How are we doing for crops? Wheat, barley, canola, corn, potatoes. So not bad. Certainly have to keep the pigs happy for a while. Yep, well, luckily there was a corn header available for this. We just didn't have the planter at the time, so that's all ready to go as well. Lower that down. Beware for the noise. Just watch that animation. All of that inside. All the little cogs and wheels and belts and all in there as well from the top, running off the engine. Amazing. Right, let's get harvesting. While the header's ever so slightly offset, which is interesting. Though I thought I'd seen that on one of the ones on 90 and actually one of the more modern pieces of equipment. Sure, having offset header. Helper D has completed their task. Oh, excellent! Well done. How's that looking now? That field. I don't normally jump around between vehicles like this, but I'm just trying to make sure we're getting... Yes, there's a tiny chunk in that corner. Come back and do that later. Right. Pardon me, a bit of the throat this morning. There we go. Move that down, switch it back on. Oh, wouldn't you know? Just I set it back in. I suppose what I could do, I'll get this edge done. Should give enough turn room for, well, it would for me, whether it's enough for a worker, of course, is a whole other story. But let's, and as you can see, they're small fields, over the crops up and well up either. You're not going to get massive yields, but I could play this out, I suppose. It's going to feel a bit of a funny shape though because of where that track is. Plus it gets quite steep. And there's lots of little fields, so it's nothing's that expensive on this map. Wow, she's going to look down there, crikey. So who got stuck then? Oh, okay. So in that case, so we'll just go around keeping our workers in check and keeping things moving. Apologies if you're not a fan of jumping around between vehicles, but oops, no, switched off. But you know, if I do occasional episodes on there, we'll just have to keep things ticking along best we can. I suppose the solution to our baling challenge is just buy a field that's got wheat or barley in. It was kind of my intention with this map that I'd, you know, when I first started playing it, that I'd A, try and get all the fields, because it's a relatively small map, they're relatively small fields, and B, that I would gradually progress through time. So, you know, these are all, I don't know, from whatever period, 60s sort of time. And then of course we've got other Massey Fergusons from the 70s, there's Fiat equipment from the 70s and early 80s, so, you know, that we just gradually build up through periods of time. But to be honest, you know, it was always a bit optimistic that I've managed to do that carefully and successfully. It's just about having fun, really, using something different. And these are definitely different. I absolutely love these, and they're still plenty of tractors out of the Farming Classics pack that I haven't bought yet. It was an amazing pack. I actually did a bit of a mod review type look at the Farming Classics pack when it came out on this map, because it was, you know, clearly it was what I was going to use on here. Brakes a lot slower, of course, as well. I'll tell you what, probably were. Did I miss a spot? Too far over. Can't be doing without. Of course, what I should have done, slightly stupidly, I should have fertilised the field before I seeded it and then fertilised it afterwards. And that would have been 2 stages of fertilisation without crop destruction risk. But never mind. I could just take crop destruction off, actually, to be fair. Right, so let's try that, see how he gets on. Hopefully that'll give him enough space. It's quite a short piece of equipment, quite a big tractor, so... There you go, she, not he, sorry. Done it again. Right, okay. What next? Well, actually, logically... sorry. Keeping through. Okay, so the harvest is not going to fill. Actually, I was going to say logically I'll go get a trade, but actually there's no point. So actually... So where then is... that cultivator? Is it in the next shed? It's not far from here because I could see it. Right next to where I am. Was it next to Goulden? I just didn't see it. Yes, it is. Helper B has completed their task. Oh really? Let's have a look at that and make sure that that is indeed the case. We'll get someone on cultivating this field. I love this tractor, Deutz. So it's interesting, yeah, if you're not aware, this is a Deutz tractor, and we've got far all of the sort of grasswork equipment, I think all of it, or some of it at least, is far. So this was all made before Deutz and Far became Deutz Far. Just a little bit, and I don't know any of the dates, I'm not that knowledgeable, but yeah, just a little bit of interesting information. Lovely cultivating. That will go wrong at some point, he will get stuck. But in the meantime, let's get the hats. Wow, he gave up quick. Helper B has completed their task and he's not even in the tractor anymore. But he has left it running. So not blocked, he's just gone, oh, this is hard, and left it. Oh well, never mind. Workers, hey, just can't get staff anymore. I think it's this bit that's not done. And to be honest, I'm not that worried either way. Right. Actually, if anyone's completed... I know who's completed their task. It was the harvester. They only had one line left to go. Helper J has stopped at work unexpectedly. Tank is empty. They're very demanding these workers, aren't they? Right, I'm just going to leave that there a minute. We'll flip through. Right, so I need to go fill that. We'll worry about that later. Maybe I'll do that off screen because that's going to take me a while. Harvesting's finished. She's about to finish. Goodness me. So, let's go fill this up, because this field's nearly done, which is brilliant. Amazingly quick. I'm enjoying this little foray back. So I'll also do, I'm going on about doing an episode on Goldcrest Valley. Goldcrest Valley, I never recorded any before I started doing the videos. But I loved it. I played, I dread to think how many hours on that map. And I absolutely loved it. And I did have a quick look on it yesterday, and there is stuff that needs doing. It's got seasons on, so actually easiest way now is taking that tractor out, so we can do this, can't we? Outside, I'm pretty sure the trigger's one there. Terrible brakes on these tractors. There we go. So I'm going to find somewhere else to park the Deutz, because it would make sense to leave this planted there as well. Take this back up to field number 1. But yeah, so so I've got Goldcrest running with seasons. I might do a little bit on that, because God, I've played that map so much. And then I might go back to Welker. Come on, I got to on Welker, so I'll have to have a look. But if there's stuff to do, why not? I think I got through to the end of a winter or something, or I started sowing the next season or something like that. I'd hoped it wouldn't go the winter. Snow just wouldn't go. And also South Mountain Creamery, which I was thoroughly enjoying. But again, I really wasn't getting any views on it, which really disappointed me, because I was loving that map and I'd got really good ideas for how the story was going to go. But yeah, so I think I'll go back to that. We'll do at least one episode on each of those. Those are the only ones, I think, he says. Oh, and Spectacle Island, of course. And we'll go back to Spectacle Island as well. Yeah, so so I might do a little visit on each of those, just to find out where things were and what equipment we got, what sort of things we were up to. Little trip down memory lane. Just occasionally, I don't know how often I'll do them, I'm not sure. Whenever I've got the opportunity to do a bit of talking. In amongst all of the, the time-lapse stuff that I'm doing on 19. Well, I may as well finish this myself, there's no point in getting a worker to do this. And we'll see how we're doing. Probably running out of time, actually, looking at the clock. I think I started at about 10 to 8. So we must be up at nearly 40 minutes. We must be near at the end of the video. Oh, I didn't put the tops back on the planter. So I think what we'll do is we'll get this field planted. Might go and get, and actually just in case I do some more, I'll get that field that we were just looking at cultivated as well. And of course, cultivated really. Maybe I'll go get the Amazon. We'll get this sprayed, and we'll take the harvester back, empty it into the silo, and I'd say that's a pretty good morning's work. Can't very much be done in 40 minutes. It's been busy, but it's been good. And actually also noticed that, strangely enough, these areas of grass, they are considered as fields. It's interesting the way he's done it. If you look at the map, so obviously I've not got grass on, so you can't see their growth states, but if you look at their soil composition, you can see, so just above where I am, at the pointer here, is this field to our right, is the grass to our right. Then in front of us is the grass field to the left. Up here is the grass, and you can see all of this has plough states, but it's not classed as being a field. But does mean you can fertilise it, so it will benefit. So it has fertiliser states. So yeah, worth getting the Amazon over those as well. Though some of them are fully grown, so maybe it will work, maybe it won't. It's funny, it looks like I've chucked one of our bales in there. In the straw point for the pigs, and it's not. They've obviously got enough straw that I didn't need it. I must be clean. I must have cleaned them up at the end of the last episode. pile of manure there for them as well. Right. And actually, as it's probably quite heavy, this is probably a good tractor to use for the Amazon, given that the Deutz, which is our big tractor, is up. Do that with me, do that. Is that with that cultivator on field number, whatever field that is. What field is that? 4. I was thinking 4. Cool, good memory. Oops. There we go. So yeah, it's the Amazon fertilizer spreader, which I think was also in the Farming Classics pack. That bale is just awesome. But those bales were annoying. It took me ages to pick all those bales up from the field by hand, because we didn't have the trailer at the time. He was struggling to port it onto console, I think, or something to do with a script. But managed something else in the end. I think the one we've got isn't the one that, because it was a self-loading Bale wagon. But he's done something slightly differently instead. So actually a wagon that the bales just automatically go in straight out of the baler or something like that. But yeah, so we've got that now, so it'll be quite fun to try that out. It's got a good width. So actually I ought to be able to get, I'm going to leave a worker on this to get him to get this fertilised. And then actually while it's here, it may as well then fertilise prior to cultivation, field number 2. Oh, come on. Jump through to harvester. 2,000 litres. Yeah, they're not big fields. Whoa, steady on. Not so fast, mister. Let's come in the middle, try and get, oh, spot on, look at that. Nice, perfect. It's a bit of a beast, this. Bus-like, I seem to remember I referred to it as it's horrendous. Awful turning circle, but a great piece of kit. I've already driven across here, so don't really make an awful lot of difference now. So yeah, we'll unload this, and it's a great view of the yard, look at that. And I think that will be us done for the day. I do hope you've enjoyed this little trip down memory lane back to Altenstein and FS17 for that matter, if you're not still playing it. I know some people are. Right, pipe out. But yeah, I've actually really enjoyed this. I'd be tempted to do a little bit more of this. My son is still playing FS17 occasionally. He's only 5, but he's on Mercury Farms and having a great time. But yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this. Sorry, suddenly thinking. And if you did, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. That would be great. And feel free to leave me any comments, any ideas. If you want to see more of this map, please just let me know. I'm quite tempted to do some more. If there's, you know, I must say I'll probably end up doing a little bit on Welker, or maybe an episode on South Mountain, perhaps an episode on Spectacle Island, all this sort of stuff. Some of my other maps, maybe Goldcrest. If you want to see Goldcrest, do let me know. I haven't recorded it before, so that would sort of be at the end of my list. But if people want to see it, I'll definitely do it. So yeah, just let me know. Drop me a comment. Otherwise, I'll look forward to welcoming you back very, very soon. Bye bye for now.